What is up, Canada? What is up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? What's up, Twitch? And we're also live for the very first time on TikTok. Appreciate those of you following me along on TikTok as well. And please don't freak out too much about my Toronto posts. Again, those are done with tongue in cheek. But in today's video, YouTube, what we're going to be talking about is COVID-19 vaccines in Canada and whether they're actually going to be manufactured here in Canada. So we've actually had a few stories in the past about the vaccine and Canada's commitment to buying the vaccine. But if you guys haven't been paying attention, there's been some recent updates coming out of Europe that don't look so promising for Canada and us actually getting the number of vaccines that we were promised. So the Canadian government has been pivoting and really focusing on trying to find domestic suppliers. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about, are you concerned about how long it's going to take to actually get COVID-19 vaccines to roll out to all Canadians as well? Are you aware of how the Canadian government plans on manufacturing COVID-19 domestically now through a new vaccine provider, as well as what does European Union's new vaccine exportation rules have to do with all this and what's all going on? So first things first, we're going to talk about Novavax. So the Novavax vaccine that's to be made in Canada. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has confirmed that the pharmaceutical company Novavax will manufacture its COVID-19 vaccine in Canada. And a memorandum of understanding was signed by both parties. So essentially just outlining that we're all in agreement that, yes, we're going to move forward. And yes, they will manufacture their vaccine, presuming it gets approved here in Canada. Unfortunately, it could take many more months before this actually becomes a practical reality, however, and that we actually start to see domestically manufactured COVID-19 vaccines. So dive a little bit deeper into this, looking at the background and the finer points, while it's been revealed that this new vaccine will be created in the Great White North, its manufacturing venue, the National Research Council biomanufacturing facility in Montreal, is still undergoing construction. So the government's actually put up $125 million to improve the facility so that we can really get this domestic manufacturing rolling. And so this is not expected to be completed until at least the end of July. And the plan was to produce hundreds of thousands of doses by November 2020. And that was sidetracked due to shortcomings with the venue and the demise of Canada's plan to collaborate with CanSino Biologics on a vaccine that would have been manufactured at said venue. Once the facility is ready to go, Trudeau said it will be able to produce 2 million vaccines each month. And remember, you actually need 2 doses of the vaccine in order to be fully immunized. Ooh, I struggled on that word. Anyways, another matter slowing down the process is the Novavax COVID-19 vaccine was just submitted to Health Canada last week. So it seems like I'd actually love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. It seems like we're starting to put the horse a little bit before the cart here, where we've made some major commitments. I'm sure that there's some conditions to those commitments, but essentially, Health Canada, it feels like, is being put in an awkward position where they might be kind of forced to rubber stamp this because the government's put so much money and so much of its eggs in this Novavax vaccine basket. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think, are we setting ourselves up for concerns, in your opinion, based upon our commitment to Novavax, even though Health Canada itself has not approved that vaccine? And then moving on beyond that, understand that Novavax's COVID-19 vaccine has proved itself to be 89.3% effective. So again, it's not as effective as some of the other vaccines that we were originally targeting. Do you care about that, or do you think 89.3% is effective enough? I'd really love to hear your thoughts and your comments, and we want this to be a two-way conversation, so let us know in that comment section, and really appreciate those of you watching on TikTok as well. So as it currently stands, Canada has bought or committed to buying 52 million doses from the biotechnology company Novavax. So we've essentially committed to buying 52 million doses, even though it's not approved. Now, again, I'm assuming those are conditional purchases. At least I hope so. So then moving on to more vaccine news, Trudeau explained that Vancouver-based Precision Nanosystems, PNS, is also poised to manufacture COVID-19 vaccines domestically. However, the CBC reports this particular vaccine will not be ready until March 2023. So this is going to be a while before you can get your hands on the PNS vaccine. So today, the government of Canada has invested $25 million in PNS so that it can develop its own biomanufacturing center. This will aid the creation of vaccines and therapeutics meant to treat cancer, rare diseases, and infectious diseases. And once PNS is up and running, offered Trudeau, it will eventually have the capacity to produce 240 million total vaccines annually, not just for COVID-19. And lastly, the University of Saskatchewan's Vaccine and Infectious Disease Organization, VIDO, is also working on a vaccine manufacturing setup for COVID-19. However, it may not be ready until late 2021, and this too has received government funding, but we don't know exactly the dollar amount yet. And so as far as what the opposition parties are saying in regards to manufacturing COVID-19 vaccines domestically, man, it just feels like all I say is buzzwords anymore, eh? But anyways, the challenge with Trudeau's plan is all in the timing, is what the opposition leaders are claiming. While it will be great for Canada to have improved vaccine manufacturing capacity in the near future, some wonder why this plan wasn't put into action sooner. We've been kind of in a pandemic for about a year now. And so commented the Conservative leader, Aaron O'Toole, why did the Liberal government wait so long to act? Why will domestically produced vaccines be available to Canadians? And how will Canadians get vaccines now? So meanwhile, NDP leader said this is a good step forward, but it is very late. This is something that should have been secured a long time ago, as well as adding it would have addressed a lot of insecurity people are feeling about not getting the vaccine and seeing delays in the rollout because of production delays. So then we've also got a little update on the EU export issue. So if you haven't been paying attention, the EU has decided that sharing is no longer caring, but I hope you guys at home still believe that sharing is caring when it comes to my social media news feeds. So if you guys could share this on social media, I'd really appreciate it, because the algorithms don't like it when we talk about COVID-19 or vaccines, because I'm not a mainstream media source outlet, so obviously my opinion doesn't matter. So in January, Pfizer and BioNTech, the pharmaceutical company for whom Canada has already purchased tens of millions of COVID-19 vaccine dosages from, announced it adjusted its manufacturing practices at its plant in Belgium. This is something we warned you guys about back when we originally covered this story. There's a callback. Hopefully a few of you will go back and watch that video. And this has led to Canada receiving less vaccine doses than expected, and even less than what we were predicting we'd get less of. So fascinating to see that happen. And throughout it all, the government of Canada has tried to reassure citizens this will be a momentary hiccup, but it's appearing that's probably not going to be the case anymore. However, stress levels have been amplified with the word that the European Union could stop COVID-19 vaccines made within its block of countries from being exported elsewhere. And by and large, the EU has been concerned about the speed in which its member states have been receiving their vaccine doses. And EU has financially invested in the development of COVID-19 vaccines manufactured in Europe, and that's kind of one of the bases they're using to argue why Europeans should get the vaccines first. And, at the very least, the EU is saying that delivering doses within the region when they're contractually supposed to. And then finally, adding to this, Canada wasn't featured on a published list of 120 countries who'd be exempt from the EU's updated export policy. So 120 countries got updated. We were not one of them. Seems like we're kind of on the shit list there. And so Trudeau and Canadian International Trade Minister Mary NG said they had received verbal assurances from the EU that tightening export controls will not impact Canada's vaccine shipments. And opposition parties obviously aren't happy about this. And on Tuesday, the European Commission provided a statement to the CBC to add some clarity on the matter. And it explained that the EU had already authorized COVID-19 vaccine deliveries to Canada, and there would be control restrictions would only be applied in very limited cases to Canadians. And here's an excerpt from the statement. Member states have handled these requests very swiftly, and these exports have been authorized in accordance with the opinion of the Commission. It proves that the system is working and that we will use it only in very limited cases. So where do we actually stand? Does any of this matter? Well, understand, as of Tuesday, February 3rd, Wednesday, February 3rd. Today's Wednesday. As of Wednesday, February 3rd, Canada had been able to secure just 2.58 vaccine doses per 100 people. So right now, we've got about enough doses for 2.5% of the population, and that places Canada 29th overall in the world in regards to doses of vaccines per person. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments. Are you glad that Canada's 29th in the world? Do you think we should be a little bit higher up on that list? Or do you think that we shouldn't even be getting vaccines? Let me know in the comments. I really do appreciate your opinions and your perspective, and we'd love it when you guys share your original sources as well. If you're watching this on TikTok for the first time, well, this is the first time we're doing on TikTok. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I don't even know if there's a like button for you guys to smash, but if you did, I appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, definitely smash the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to my channel, and reminder, sharing is caring. So please, even though the EU won't share their COVID-19 vaccines with us, please do share my videos on social media. And I'm going to jump over to the comments section and read a few of your comments because I really do appreciate those of you that are engaging with me and having a two-way conversation. But understand that overall, when we're looking at this situation, getting more vaccines manufactured domestically should be great for Canadians, but it's going to be quite a while before Canadians will really reap the benefits of that. So I don't think we should be expecting any silver bullets here. Understand that that plant we talked about isn't expected to be ready until July. And we all know the sort of delays construction's currently going through, or at least if you're a real estate investor like me, you definitely understand those pains. So let's jump over and see what the comment section sharing. Again, really appreciate everyone that's engaging. So whether it's Bradley, Adam, we've got Peter, Benjamin, Tammy, really appreciate Danny, T Diddy T, you're a new commenter, and Ian Jack as always. So really appreciate everyone that's engaging in the comments. And so the real term for the injection is gene therapy. The injection does not meet the official criteria for a vaccine. So that appreciate Dissonant Shadow adding his perspective. This definitely is, these vaccines are a little bit different than other vaccines. So I know once in the past we misspoke where I didn't say it was an mRNA. So definitely it's important to get informed. So really encourage you guys to get informed. And we're going to be having a new video come out with a list of some of the sources we love to go and read when we're looking just to get a better understanding of what's going on in that world. The EU doesn't believe sharing is caring anymore. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed that, Tammy. And then Danny said, should mention the new 150 million SNC Lavalin contract this corrupt government gave them. That we're so caught up in COVID-19 news cycle, Danny, that I didn't even know that happened. But don't love the idea that they got a huge new contract. So that's interesting. Maybe we'll look at doing that in the future. If you guys have other story suggestions for us, let me know in the comments, whether you're watching this live or after the fact. We're really just trying to create some news that hopefully you guys can trust and use. And as always, we've got links to everything we discussed in the video description down below. If you're watching this on one of the social media platforms where that's not the case, just jump over to YouTube. You can always find it on my YouTube channel, and really encourage you guys to share your perspective. And if you didn't know, there are some great commenters and some great viewers sharing their boots on the ground experience. So we have had people telling us exactly what's going on in the real estate market out in Vancouver. We've also had people sharing with us what's going on in other perspectives in regards to, you know, what they're seeing in their local hospitals, what they're seeing in their local communities. I love getting those anecdotal stories because that's just one more data point I can add to my general analysis. And I hope that these videos help you guys add one more data point to your general analysis as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you guys watching. And we're going to have another video coming out shortly, and that's going to be on TikTok and personal finances. Hey, I remembered it this time.